Hi there, my name is Sarah, and today I am making a really delicious shredded beef in the crock pot. I can't even begin to describe to you how this is like my favorite meat to make. It is so easy. You just throw it in the crock pot, add the spices, a little beef broth, and tomato paste, and you let it cook for 8 to 9 hours. So let me show you what you need. All right, guys, so this is a really simple recipe, not too many ingredients here. So we have the meat, tomato paste, beef broth, and then the spice rub, which I made right now, and I'll put what's involved in that, and then just a crock pot. Today I am trying a different meat I got from Costco. It's a beef round, top round roast. Basically, I usually get like chuck roast, things like that. You can try whatever meat you want, but that's what I use. So let's get started. Okay, so we're gonna add the meat into the pan, and then we're gonna add our spice mixture here. So I just did about half first because we're gonna flip it over, and then just kind of rub it in. And then we're gonna turn it over. All right. And you'll use all the mixture. A lot of it's going to end up in the bottom. Not all of it's going to hit the meat, which is fine, because it's all going to get cooked into the meat and sauce and liquid and all that. Okay, so here I'm going to add a half a cup of beef broth into the measuring cup. And then I like to mix the tomato paste in the beef broth before adding it to the crock pot. Yeah. And that's what it'll look like. Okay, so now you just pour it over the top. Okay, so now you just add the lid, and we're going to turn it on to low heat for 8 to 9 hours, and I will check it about halfway through and actually flip it over since it's such a large piece of meat. All right, so we're going to flip the meat now. So you'll notice here about halfway through there's already juice. So with the meat, I know it's a large piece of meat. I probably could have cut it up maybe in half or a couple chunks. But when so say you need to go to work or you want to make it through the night so it's just ready the next day for whatever reason. So it takes about 8 to 9 hours to cook. So if you have a large piece of meat like the one I'm using today, you can cut it up into smaller chunks, maybe like fourths or six pieces, and then you'll still do exactly the same. You'll season it, coat it, add the tomato paste and broth. That doesn't change anything if you cut it up, and it actually probably will cook even better if you cut it up into pieces, like smaller chunks, like I'm saying, which now that I'm thinking about it, I probably should do that the next time I cook it, because this piece of meat is so large, and I usually churn it over halfway through, but it's still so big that it probably would cook better and evenly more if I cut it up into maybe probably like four chunks So here, I just use forks and I just check it to see if it's, oh yeah, it's like pretty much there. Oh wow, yeah, see, it's kind of like just falling off. It's not quite done, but it's pretty much almost there. I think I'm gonna actually like, oh yeah, okay. So we're just gonna let it sit a little bit longer. It definitely could use a little bit more time, and I'm actually just gonna break it up into smaller pieces, just to help it kind of get a little bit more. Just, I want it to just fall off. Super, super good. I love making this. I'm so excited. I haven't made it in a while, and I just absolutely love this meal. Like, so, so, so much. So, so, so much. Okay, so we just made it into like smaller pieces just to kind of help it break up and cook a little bit more. All right, and we're gonna let it sit for a little bit longer. All right, so here the meat is pretty much done. So now we're just gonna break up the pieces of meat here into small pieces. And you're gonna leave it in the crock pot. Do not take it out of the crock pot because then you're gonna lose a bunch of juices. You're gonna break it up in the crock pot. So I turned it on warm, and then I'm gonna break up the pieces and just kind of let it sit for a little bit until I'm ready to eat it. And you're also gonna pick out if there's any pieces of like fat, you know, kind of the chewy kind that's like not edible. Yeah, so when you break it up, it's going to help soak in all the juices. And then I will actually show you how I make it for dinner tonight. Oh yeah, here we go. Here's some fat. So you want to pick out that fat. It's a little tedious, but it's better than taking a bite into your taco and having a big piece of fatty stuff with veins. Okay, so this is what it looks like after it's all shredded. You'll see here it's nice and juicy. Here, love it. And you'll see here the juice, it just soaks all into the meat. It's so, so, so good. I love this so much. All right. All right, guys, there we have it. I really, really, really hope that you try this recipe. It is so good. It is so easy. It's flavorful, juicy. It's amazing. You can use it in so many different ways. My two top favorite ways to eat this meat is in a taco, which you saw. And then I also like to heat up a flour tortilla. Nothing crazy, just heat it up a little bit to get it like a little crispy. And then I actually will use small pieces of it and pick up the meat that way and eat it that way. It's so good. That's how I'm eating it for dinner tonight. It's so good. Like I can't even begin to describe to you. Like it's just the meat is so flavorful and juicy that it doesn't need a lot of additional things to it. So you can just eat it with a toasted flour tortilla, and it's amazing. So, and I'm trying to quit drinking soda, but I love a good Coke with this meat when I eat it. So, but anyways, so it's a great meat to make, whether you work a lot or you don't, or whatever your situation is. It's a really, really great meat to make, and I love making this. And you know, please check out my guacamole and my salsa that I did this week as well that you saw on the tacos. I did put the guacamole and salsa on it, and it was so, so good. It complements it really, really well. So check those out, and please subscribe for many, many more recipes to come. And I will see you guys next week for more. Bye.